Hello, hello. Let's get started. This is Sami's Entropy. So this map is very easy. Not much to... We'll just go over how to do it, but it's basically just stalling the boss. Yeah, so we're going to use Shu, but I'll also talk about other tactics. Alright, so the start is the hardest part. We immediately put down Innis. There. And we'll just activate the skill immediately. So that first Shatter Champion is somewhat hard to catch. If you don't have the power to catch him, you can just leak him. Alright, now that the hard part of the stage is done, we can just talk about the rest of it. So we're just going to set up Innis, Degenbrecher, read like that, and that pretty much completely solves that side. Now we are just going to put down our Warfriend, we're going to put down our other medic, and we're going to put down Shu. Yeah, Shu is down now. So that's the boss. He is relatively hard hitting, but he's very tankable. You can use a 4-star defender like Korra or Bubble to tank him if you wanted to. Alright, so with Shu, we're going to talk about the setup. We're going to wait for him to come in, activate Shu's skill, then we put an operator that can survive one hit from him, like that. And that way we seed him in front of Shu. This is important. While you can, with some RNG, you can end up having that not matter, but it reduces the RNG significantly, since this way the boss can't just slip past Shu by accident. Right. We can see that our Warfriend and Nightingale are able to keep up with the healing demands. Usually, if you have no relics, you'll need to use Sculptor S2 to keep up with it. So we're just going to completely ignore the left side now. Now it's only the right side that matters. And the right side, we just keep on clicking Degenbrecher skill to kill the Shadow Champions, and then you use the rest of the operators to deal with everything else. Easy as that. Yep, that's one. That's two. We click Degenbrecher skill. They almost always come in waves of 2, except for a certain, I think, 2 waves that come in waves of 3. Alright, those Yeti Cleavers are pretty scary, and this is why we don't want Palm Top Pavilion, by the way. If you have Palm Top Pavilion, the relic that gives you an extra block, these Yeti Cleavers get blocked, and then they just kill you instantly. So, we do not like Palm Top Pavilion here. There is a way to counter it though. If you really insist on taking that relic, what you can do is you can put Shu one to the right and she'll start blocking spiders, and so she won't end up blocking the Yeti Cleavers, but I don't recommend it. I think you should just not take that relic, period. Alright, 1, there should be another one, 2, activate Degenbrecher skill, easy as that. 3, okay, so let's talk about the boss. So the boss is annoying. What he does is that he, aside from just hitting hard, every 30% HP, so at 70, 40, and 10%, he will enter a invulnerable phase where he just runs through everything. He becomes unblockable, and yeah, it's not. And I believe he is immune to the effects of slow, but not immune to the effects of movement speed down, but don't quote me on that. Yeah, and so we have a few strategies that we can do to deal with them. The easiest one is to use Shu, like I'm doing there. You just click activate Shu skill, and he just gets trapped by Shu, and you just repeat that forever. Now, before that though, there were quite a few different strategies. The easiest one is just to cycle defenders. You just cycle 2 defenders with 2 medics, and then you tank the boss forever. Because because Shu is blocking right in front of the gate, right? He runs for a while, and then you can block him at the next column of ranged tiles, and then the next column, and then that's 70, 40, 10. So that's enough. Now, aside from that, so let's talk about some less hope-intensive methods. So another common tactic is to use Chenny Plat or Mostima, and all you have to do is you just activate Chenny just before he procs his effect, and so he's levitated, so he will try to run, but he'll be in the air, and so there will be no problems. And if you use Mostima, you can make him slow down enough that he just doesn't run for doesn't run for your defender. But if you want this to be a permanent lock, you have to have I believe you have to have the potential that gives her the ability to slow the boss more, otherwise he will run through eventually. Yeah, so this is how we're going to activate Shu's skill. We use Degenbrecher to tremble the boss, and then we activate Shu's skill once it's up. So we can see that the boss is almost at 70, and we just wait for it to tremble. Activate the skill, and now we can just activate Degenbrecher skill and to proc it. That won't work. The mine is not in range. Anyways, we proc it. Yeah, and we can see that Shu perfectly just keeps that guy stuck. Very nice. Alright, so let's talk about something. So non-linear action, this guy is considered a collapso enemy, and because of that, if you have non-linear action or movement speed down relics, it can affect the cycle and where he ends up after Shu's skill. So you want to be very careful about that. So let's talk about our backup strategy. Suppose this boss does leak through this boss, right? Then what we can do is that we can place Reed on the next column of vertical range tiles, right? We put Reed down and we put down Texas. Texas has a damage mitigation talent, and so if we use Reed skill free with Texas, she can be stalled for as long as Reed's skill is up. And by doing that, we stall long enough that we can reposition everyone. Alright, so we're just going to activate this skill again. Oh, another operator that's pretty good at slowing this guy down is using Ascalon. I don't know why I keep on putting those mines there. It's utterly unnecessary. Alright. Yeah, so we just have one more cycle to go, and then we will be able to finish off the boss. Yeah, so Alright. So Shu is actually not very tanky for a defender. So you want a decent medic. At base, like Aja Alter plus Shu does not actually out-heal at base, so they slightly fall behind. I should be more clear. So having defense boosting relics, dodge relics, or just throwing more medics at the problem, or Sculptor S2, are all decent solutions. Alright, this is the final wave, and we're just gonna do it. Please do not LMI again. I don't want to see it. Thank you, pass me. Alright, that's that.